diving into Klutch Athletics, like this is a really cool thing for our audience. Could you kind of explain number one, like what the impetus behind Klutch Athletics is for you?
I've always had a vision, and I'm a creative at heart. And so we saw a white space that we felt like we could really create a brand, a product that truly understood the athlete, that listens to the athlete. I feel like no one understands the athlete better. And as we've seen the opportunity where people are kind of going away from the athlete, we wanted to embrace the athlete. And so we want to be enriched in the community in which we live and play. We want to listen to the athlete. We want to provide a product in which the athlete not only tests it, but trusts the product. And so this is something that I'm extremely excited about. And I'm even more excited to be doing it with a partner like New Balance.
So why New Balance for you? I've been curious about this for a minute actually, because with your 550, like one of the things that I saw a lot of people saying is that like, yo, like Rich Paul, he's got connections everywhere, obviously. For him to go to New Balance, I think it was interesting for a lot of people. So I'm curious, like, why was this partner such a perfect one for you?
You just built that rapport over time, starting with, the idea of Darius Baisley and his decision to not to go to college and doing an internship with New Balance up to the 550 and to now this. And Chris and I developed a great rapport. We have a great relationship. And, I think that, the two ideologies align.
This is really cool, Rich, because just watching you talk about it, I can see the kind of passion that you really have for this, and it makes me feel like this is something that you've been planning. Like this is a move that you've been planning for a while. I don't know if you had it like exactly mapped out in this way, but is this something that like how long have you had this vision for yourself?
I've had this vision since I started the company. When I started, one aspect of being in the representation business on my own, I never looked at it as one dimensional, but I've always had a vision. And like you said, did I have it all the way together? No, because could I told you, 5 years ago that, hey, New Balance was going to really take us serious and be our partner from this perspective? Absolutely not. And so those type of things just come, that the stars align and things like that happen. But I've always had a vision to build something that was authentic and organic, and the storytelling was from a place of truth.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go on this one. You've mentioned it a couple times now, but you talked about how we'll see Klutch Athletics athletes coming soon, not necessarily just with Klutch Sports either. So I'm wondering like what that timeline is like for you.
I think we'll be across the collegiate, youth, and professional. We'll be very selective, leading the way in football to start. But eventually we'll be aligned with someone in the soccer space, NIL space as well. It's important. I think it's important to, give the NIL females an opportunity as well. The content, the storytelling, and things like that. I want to give people opportunities that probably wouldn't normally get it in the capacity that we want to give it to them. It won't come from a place of masses right away, but it'll be decisions made that probably wouldn't be of the norm. But then there will be some decisions that people will say, you know what? Oh, that kind of makes sense. And yeah, look, the athletes are who they are. They don't necessarily have to be Klutch Sports Group clients at all, by no stretch of the imagination. And so, they just have to align with the brand and believe in it just the same way we do. And, we're going to give them opportunities through content, storytelling. We're going to be in the marketplace in a real way, but in a very selective way.
Nice. Well, look, I appreciate you, Rich. Thank you so much for taking the time once again. Really looking forward to seeing Klutch Athletics out there and seeing how this thing grows, man. I'm really excited for you.
No, man, I appreciate your time as well. And I know you're a big New Balance a supporter, and so I'll make sure you're on the list for the second RP that's coming your way.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that, my man.